Our next recipe is melanzane involtino eggplant roll, serving 4. The ingredients are 1 16-ounce eggplant cut in 8 thin slices. Coarse salt is needed. 1/2 cup 4 ounces olive oil. 8 slices, 4 ounces each, ham cut in thin slices. 8 slices, 4 ounces each, mozzarella cheese cut in thin slices. 1 quart or 32 ounces fresh tomato sauce. 1/4 cup or 1 1/2 ounces crumbled ricotta salata, and 1 tablespoon fresh basil chiffonade.
Today I took a ride to my garden and I found this beautiful eggplant. Eggplant is a member of the nightshade family, and like tomato, like potatoes, and it's incredible like tobacco. So let's talk about the recipe now. Today we make involtini di melanzane con prosciutto e formaggio. So the eggplant is the main ingredient. Salt, always around. Mozzarella, 2 pieces of beautiful mozzarella. Prosciutto, this is a ham, okay? And we need a little bit of dry ricotta and a little of nice tomato sauce that we found in the freezer, abandoned. No, we just made 10 days ago. No, an hour ago. So a simple fresh tomato sauce. Pepper and a little basil. Now, we need to do something important before we work with the eggplant. We need to slice the eggplant and put salt on top of the slices. Why we do that? First of all, the eggplant has some natural liquids that are really bitter. And when we add the salt on top, we eliminate this liquid because basically the sodium contained into the salt is going to break the cells of this of the eggplant. So the eggplant is going to release this bad water. The olives have something like that. When you go to the mill, you grind the olives and you squeeze it, you know, like for the extra virgin. When the result is simply a mixed up of oil and vegetating water. In fact, they have to separate the water from the extra virgin oil simply using a centrifuge. So you have the good oil, the extra virgin going on top, and the bad water, the bitter water, going on the bottom. So basically it's the same idea. We have this, you know, bad water, but we eliminate it with salt. We slice the eggplant like this. It's about, I'm not really familiar with inches or things like that. I think it's 1/4 of an inch. We have to consider that we have to put salt on this, and the salt is going to reduce the volume of the eggplant. So the eggplant is going to shrink, like when you wash your clothes and you are not really familiar with the machine, and your wife is going to kill you because you ruined the new jacket, the new T-shirt, or whatever you have. So, in other words, don't get married. Okay. We have this big colander. We set the eggplant like this. The eggplant are really, really great. One of the other incredible recipe is timballo alla palermitana. So the Sicilian timballo with eggplant. It's a kind of pasticcio. It's good. You can play a lot with the eggplant. The only problem with the eggplant is they act like a sponge. So they absorb all the liquid you want. Yes, more salt. Don't be scared about the salt because we rinse everything, so it's not a big deal. So, and just a little bit of salt is going to remain into, the eggplant. Okay, now we have to wait at least 30 minutes, until we have some, liquid dripping down, on the bottom of this. And I'll show you later how much liquid, we can have. Okay, right now we have to wait about 30 minutes. At the same time, we can have a cup of coffee, maybe espresso. Ciao. So we keep on adding salt to this slice of eggplant. And also, in this way, the salt is going to close the pores of the eggplant. And when we cook the eggplant, they don't absorb too much grease, too much oil. So basically, we seal the eggplant in this natural way using the salt. After half an hour, you can rinse them. Basically, you can put in the water like this. You eliminate all the salt, and you put on some paper, and you dry out like this. Okay, so basically, it's pretty, dry. We prepared already some eggplant like this. So they are the eggplant a little shrank because the salt. And I want to show you that the liquid that I left from this batch of eggplant. And you can see the darkness of this water. And if you taste it, it's bitter and salty, of course, but it's pretty. You realize that you eliminate something negative from the eggplant. Okay, now it's time to cook the eggplant. We pour some extra virgin olive oil in our little pan. Not a lot, just to cover the surface. It's not deep fried, just pan fried. And we put on a gentle medium flame. We have our eggplant here, and we'll wait until it's hot, but not really super hot. I think it's coming good. We try the first one, okay? It needs a little more time. Because the temperature should be hot enough. In Celsius, it's about 160. And I think in Fahrenheit, maybe 350. Because if it's not hot enough, it's going to be absorbed by the eggplant a little bit. Okay, this is good. Think we are in Sicily now, or Calabria, somewhere to the south of Italy. So everything's pretty, I would say heavy over there, but it's good, tastes good. Sicilians are the inventors of many things, especially cannoli, marzipan. Cassata siciliana. A big influence from the east and from North Africa. From Greece, East Sicily is a beautiful land. Okay, this is done. Just for maybe it's about a minute. We don't want to overcook it. This recipe is pretty good for a good warm antipasto. It's good for intermezzo. It's not an important. Let's say it's not an important recipe like a main course, but it's really nice. Nice for like us. It's not really busy. Food cost is pretty good. Nowadays in Italy, the antipasti are really important. A lot of people don't have the whole meal. They have usually a nice antipasto and the pasta, or they have antipasto and the main course. Always dolce, always, dessert. Okay. It's almost done, and yeah, this is good. we start rolling the involtini. Involtino means something wrapped. Okay, I think let's go with this. It's enough. Turn the flame off. Okay. We mop a little bit. Okay. And we place on the cutting board like this. Okay. And make 7. 7 is a good portion. Okay. Okay, now we put some pepper, fresh pepper, the ham, maybe like a couple of slices. Let's try to see to put 1, eventually 2. I would say 2, like this. You can use pancetta also if you like. And if you are really a fish lover, you can put some cured tuna fish or salmon or something like saltfish. It's really good. Now we have this beautiful mozzarella that we cut in pieces like this. And we roll like this. Actually, we put in this position. Mozzarella. The word mozzarella comes from the action of mozzare, like mozzare is like okay. This is the action of I'm mozzare. This because when in the artisanal place, the the mozzarella maker make the mozzarella. Basically, they pick up the curd and they mozzare. They cut like this. That's why it's called mozzarella. Okay, now we roll in this way. It looks like an Italian sushi. Like this. Okay. And then we put into the oven for a few minutes at 350 Fahrenheit for just to melt the mozzarella a little bit. And we serve on a plate with the tomato sauce. Okay, our 7 rolls are ready, and we're gonna put on a roasting pan in the oven. A little oil, of course, on the bottom. So always good, like this. And we just put in the oven for about 5 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit, like this. Okay? See you later. Okay, at the same time, we warm up our tomato sauce. And you remember we had some beautiful basil. We make a nice chiffon out of basil. So it's going to refresh the dish, and it gives a real Mediterranean taste. The basil is, basil is originally from Greece, and it came to Italy. It became a real big popular fresh herb because Genoa, during the early medieval time, like 11th, 12th century, we had 4 republics in Italy. It was Genoa, Pisa, Amalfi, and Venice. And they, especially Venice and Genoa, used to trade a lot with Greece. And so they learned how to make, how to use the basil. So that's how they invented the pesto. And so now we have our sauce getting hot. It's a nice sauce. This is like garlic, onion, tomato, white wine, salt, pepper. Simple and easy. And I think the eggplant are ready almost. Okay, this is ready, and now we pick up the eggplant from the oven, and let's see the good result of our southern recipe. Okay, we have the tomato sauce that we put on the bottom of this rectangular plate. A little fancy, beautiful, like this. And then we set the eggplant rolls on the plate, like this. Okay, like in a regular shape. Okay. Now we have the dry ricotta, which is a classic from south of Italy. And it's usually in south of Italy, like Sicily, or actually also in Sardinia. Sardinia is the western island of Italy. The ricotta is made of sheep milk, pecora, like pecorino cheese. And the ricotta gives this, intriguing, wild, little salty, particular taste to this recipe. And the final touch is some fresh basil put on top of this way. Okay. And always a little bit of extra virgin. Really good. So this recipe is simple, pretty tasteful, and I would suggest it with a pretty good Chardonnay or a good, well-bodied white wine from Italy. And if it's from Umbria, it's much better. Ciao.